Hi everybody, this is Saad for the Sad Truth. I receive innumerable messages in a given day, most of which thankfully are very warm and supportive. But of course at times no such warmth can be found in some of the hate that I'm exposed to. And so I thought I would share with you two incidents that just happened over the past 2 days to give you a sense of what it might be to walk in my shoes for a day or two. And so yesterday I got up, opened up my laptop, started checking things on my computer, get to my public Facebook page. I see there's a private message from somebody. No salutations, no hellos, no good morning. Let me read you exactly what was said. So here we go. You are a Zionist insect piece of shit. You need to be stomped. Rather threatening, ominous message. And then when I went to visit the gentleman's Facebook page, he certainly looked like he was a tough, no-nonsense guy out of the Middle East. And so I decided to publicize his message and his identity, if anything, for safety reasons. Of course, some people started responding to him not very kindly, writing things on my post about him, engaging him. Now, in the meantime, I had decided, perhaps against my better judgment, to engage a gentleman. And our engagement was actually surprisingly quite good in that he came around, to his credit, and actually apologized for his original message. And but then when he saw that he was receiving all sorts of blowback from his otherwise rather incredible opening message to me, he then asked me to take down the post. I said, well, I'll put another message telling people to not taunt you and harass you, which, if I may say, is rather charitable on my part, given how our interaction started. But I decided to do so, and he was appreciative. But then they kept coming at him. And so then he wrote, he goes, well, this is all your fault now. Look at this. I tried to be reasonable, and this is happening because of, So the issue was not that he had sent me a unbelievably insulting, threatening message. It's that by me exposing his message, it was resulting in, animus being directed at him. So he had become the victim in all this. There you go. And then secondly, earlier today, I was tagged on Twitter by a gentleman who also has a name that hails from that region. And so let me just read you his message. At Saad, why you never mention the daily rape that happens to Palestinians on the hands of young, horny Israeli boys in, quote, army fatigues, close quotes. So then I wrote back to him. You can go and check out the Twitter exchanges. I said, oh, well, this is, if there are these daily rapes by horny Israelis on Palestinians, surely there are all sorts of sources. Let me know what those sources are. Share these sources with me, and I will distribute it. I'll distribute these instances. The world has to know, after all. And I kept pushing, and I kept pushing, and I kept pushing. Of course, no such sources came my way. The rapes turned into, well, the IDF, the Israeli forces, push people, so it changed now from daily rapes to other aggressions. And then finally, when I kept pushing and pushing, and then of course other people started demanding of him that he provide evidence for, again, the daily rapes by horny Israelis of Palestinians, right? Now that surely could not be due to anti-Semitism. It's just he's against Zionism. And so when he could no longer sort of duck and weave, he said his exact, I'm quoting now his tweet, proof, question mark, when the biggest media outlets, including so-called Arab nations, are in bed with the Israeli government. So you see, the reason why there isn't any proof that horny Israeli soldier or masquerading as soldiers are raping Palestinians on a daily basis is because the evil Jews and the Arabs are involved in a grand conspiracy to hide that truth. But he is aware of that reality, and he is so emboldened that he is perfectly happy to tweet me that reality angrily, that I would not discuss this daily rapes by horny Israelis. So this is the world that we live in. We can try to hide from it. We could pretend it doesn't exist, but it's there. Jew hatred is a deep cancer of the human spirit. And regrettably, even though I left the Middle East many years ago, it continues to follow me and others wherever we may end up in the globe. It's impossible to evade its grasp. Incidentally, to come back to the rape case, I actually posted a Sad Truth clip where I demonstrated quite the exact opposite thing. So for those of you who may not have seen that clip, there was a study that was done out of a university in Israel, I think it was Hebrew University, where a researcher, I think she was a graduate student, had conducted a study to identify the prevalence of rape by Israeli forces on Palestinian women. And she wasn't able to uncover a single instance of such rapes, not one. And I mean, she came in very motivated to find such instances. And at the end, her conclusion for why there wasn't a single instance of rape, contrary to this gentleman who said that they were daily rapes by horny Israelis, there isn't a single documented case. She concluded that this is a manifestation of the vile hatred and racism of Israelis. For, they don't even bother raping those Palestinian women. So not raping a single Palestinian woman was a manifestation of how evil the Israelis were. So this is the type of cancerous, grotesque, diabolical mindsets that we are facing. I try to do my part to fight it, but the tsunami of Jew hatred is so great that it certainly takes more than one person to fight the onslaught. In any case, this is the world that we live in. Please share this clip. Continue fighting the good fight. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.